When you live in Michigan, a naturally beautiful state surrounded by the Great Lakes, recreation is readily available and it is part of our state's heritage. Not all the best recreational opportunities are, as we say in Michigan, up north, far from the urban areas. Many are right in our backyards. Hi, I'm Pat Paruch, the mayor of Royal Oak, Michigan, a suburb just north of Detroit. Join me on a tour of our community. You will see how throughout our 100-year history we have celebrated our unique heritage and adapted to meet the changing needs of our residents. Royal Oak began as a village in 1891, becoming a city in 1921. Our population grew to a peak of 86,000 in 1970 as a part of the post-war baby boom. As is true of most older suburbs, housing is high density and lot sizes are small. Our developers had the foresight to plant thousands of trees. The National Arbor Day Foundation has named us Tree City USA for the 16 years they have given the award. Only 2 cities in Michigan have earned that honor. Today, Royal Oak has 65,000 residents. Our family size is smaller and our population is aging. The 1990 census confirmed that our profile has changed. Senior citizens are now 20% of our total population. Those adults from 25 to 34 represent slightly more than 22%, and the number of school-age children is only 14%. We hired an independent planning firm in 1992 to assess our recreational needs. The study showed, despite the population changes, a record 86% of us use city parks and 80% participate in a city-sponsored recreation program each year. The census data and the needs assessment information are an integral part of our 1993 Parks and Recreation Master Plan. Within our 12 square miles, there are 48 city-owned parks. Some cover many acres, others are vest pocket size. This is Red Run Park. It is typical of our neighborhood locations. It has play equipment, picnic areas, tennis and basketball courts, and baseball and soccer fields. Some of our parks offer handicapped play structures, frisbee golf, Vita courses, picnic shelters, and restrooms. This is Star JC Park. These sand volleyball courts were built in 1990 after residents asked for additional ones. This park also has a 1/8 scale steam train built by a group of railroad hobbyists. The Realtors Association has continued to provide for this park named for them. Last summer they installed a drinking fountain. At Barton Park, the South Royal Oak Homeowners Alliance and residents of an adjacent senior housing complex cooperated in this attractive passive park, built in 1992 with federal block grant funds. A donation from a family to the city's Royal Fund, a charitable trust, enabled us to match a state recreation grant to redevelop Sullivan Park in 1991. We were very pleased a few years back when VFW Park was designated the most innovative park resource project by the Michigan Recreation and Park Association. We are committed to providing an accessible park for persons with disabilities within 1 mile of every home in our community. Next year's Recreation Fund budget already provides for a half-time recreation supervisor as the first step toward more programs for special populations. 2 of our parks have been left in a natural state to provide walking trails. It is a haven for bird and wildflower enthusiasts. We have an ice arena for general skating, hockey, and figure skating lessons. The annual ice show is a very special event in our community, and it involves 300 skaters and volunteers. We are seeing more skaters these days, and they skate more often. So under our new master plan, we have submitted a grant request to enclose the adjacent outdoor ice rink. The membership in the Royal Oak Hockey Association has committed to raise the $150,000 needed to provide a 25% match for the grant. We have 2 city-owned 9-hole golf courses, which are especially busy. The first, built in 1960 under a 20-year lease rental agreement, was a forerunner of a national lease rental trend for recreation facility developments. With similar agreements, we provide an adventure golf putt-putt course, a golf training center, a baseball-softball training center, and an indoor air-supported soccer facility. We have also developed an excellent relationship with our school district. The schools do not charge us for the use of their facilities, and we do not charge them to pick up their refuse. As a result, we can offer a wide variety of programs for all ages at a number of convenient indoor and outdoor locations. Royal Oaks Memorial Park is busy year-round. There's women's softball, youth tackle football, men's touch football, and of course, baseball. Special programs for the children include karate, preschool, Royal Oak Summer Expo, and summer centers which provide overnight camping experience. We offer classes for adults in painting, handbell choir, quilting, and duplicate bridge. There is more on our list of things to do, but I think you get the idea. These programs are constantly evaluated. We try very hard to keep our activities viable, to meet new demands, and of course, to stay financially responsible. We have a number of annual special events. We have had a wonderful juried outdoor art fair for 23 years. It was a forerunner of many similar events in other Michigan cities. More than 50,000 persons attend during its 2-day run. Summer concerts on Wednesday nights on the library lawn are social as well as musical events. The concerts are paid for by local businesses and contributions. We have a very successful Oak Apple Run, Senior Some Fun Day, Breakfast with Santa, Skate with Santa, and a tree lighting ceremony to begin the holiday season. Speaking of Christmas, we began a very successful Tree for a Tree program 4 years ago. We are a recycling community, so it seemed appropriate to ask residents to bring their old Christmas trees to designated centers for chipping. In exchange, they were given a coupon for a tree seedling. Many of our school groups collect truckloads of trees as a project. We give them a larger tree for each 30 they bring in. So far, we have saved $40,000 in pickup costs and distributed 20,000 seedlings. We have found that if we keep our residents informed, they are very supportive. The Royal Oak Journal and Senior Magazine are weekly cable television programs that feature department programs. Each spring, there is an open house during Earth Week that features city maintenance equipment in action. This year, 1,000 residents visited. Our administrative staff meets regularly with neighborhood groups and homeowner associations to involve them in park services and development projects. The city also publishes a newsletter of magazine proportions called Insight that is mailed to each home. All current information about Royal Oak is in it. During the past 5 years, our Recreation Division has met 2 unusual challenges. In 1992, Royal Oak experienced a shortage of funds that meant cuts in services citywide. Several members of a special citizens finance committee recommended that the Recreation Division either be made self-supporting or else be completely privatized. The Parks and Recreation Advisory Board and the department staff developed a plan which would make recreation self-supporting and would provide matching money for future grants. The plan proposed capturing all funds generated from the golf courses, the ice arena, the 4 park lease rental agreements, the concession operations, and program fees and charges, and earmarking them for recreation use only. After considerable debate in the community and within the City Commission, the new plan was adopted unanimously and put into action to preserve the Recreation Department. The second challenge concerned our Senior Community Center. Because seniors in our community are a top priority, Our Senior Community Center has always been a base for a variety of recreational and educational activities. We want it to be a place that stimulates physical, mental, emotional, and intellectual well-being. Equally important are the supportive services which allow older Americans to be active and independent in their own homes as long as possible. These services include someone to help with chores, home repair, and personal care. These are free of charge to low-income seniors. In 1988, voters approved a proposal to sell our 8,000 square foot Senior Community Center on Main Street to a neighboring car dealer. The sale price provided enough to construct a new 12,000 square foot center on Warden Park. The following year, a grant provided for a 3,400 square foot addition. The voters' decision to sell the original center led to a 90% increase in building size and meant we could triple our programming. When the city was given the grant for the addition, it required $75,000 in matching money. There were no city funds available. But as it has happened repeatedly in this community, a group of citizens pooled their ideas and efforts, and in just 4 months raised more than the necessary amount. This donor tree and plaque recognized those who contributed. The donor tree was designed and made by administrative staff members on their own time. A dream came true for us in May this year when we dedicated the addition. The preschool program moved into the building, and it allows us to expand intergenerational activities. Grandparents and grandkids have much to share, whether they are blood relatives or not. We are proud of the volunteerism that is a Royal Oak tradition. No program better exemplifies this than our award-winning Adjacent Generational Exchange Program, better known as AGE. A local hospital pays for the program coordinator, a local bank pays for printing brochures, and residents of all ages have volunteered time, talent, and energy. President George Bush gave this program the 904th Point of Light Award in 1992. The Michigan Office of Services to the Aging and the Michigan Municipal League also awarded its success. The surprise element in Royal Oak, Michigan's solid history of do-it-ourselves success in public service, recreation, parks, and forestry is that, and I want you to pay close attention here, the administrative and supervisory staff in this department numbers only 8. They are hardworking, productive, open-minded professionals. All are active members of the Michigan Recreation and Park Association, holding several offices and serving on various committees. 4 are certified leisure professionals. The staff is encouraged to participate in workshops to become more productive and creative. They are counseled by 2 dedicated citizen advisory boards. They are supported by the City Commission. Their staff consists of nearly 200 part-time workers and more than 1,100 volunteers, our friends, our families, our neighbors. All of us who have something to learn, something to offer, something to share. In 1992, a Detroit area newspaper named Royal Oak, Michigan the best place to live in the metropolitan area. We are proud of 100 years of providing residents with a variety of opportunities and being responsive to their needs. Our Parks and Recreation Department is the finest example of our commitment to each other and to our community. And best of all, it's all right in our backyard.